folks, and it's a very even start from the entire field.
There's a freight train forming behind him right now. He will be as nervous as a cat in a room full of rocking chairs. I can give you the hot tip. Sideways as a bishop on a chessboard. That was incredible car control.
Oh no, and he's sent it! And he's gone down the inside, and that's a brilliant move.
Going for a bit of an ambitious dive now, and oh, there's contact! Here they come now, around the final turn on the final lap. They're side by side.
Oh, there's contact now. Someone is going to be hitting the showers early tonight, I'll tell you what.
Crosses the line for P1. Brilliant racing. Absolutely sensational stuff.
This is heart-pounding. This is nerves-rising. This is sensational TV.
Welcome back to another RANGIART Tuesday. We are absolutely on for a fantastic stream. We absolutely are. And I am really, really looking forward to this next one. It is going to be fantastic, fantastic racing indeed. And we have found our fun in the Aussie V8 Bruiser, but it's now time to flip the switch and turn back the clock to some old school American V8 fun. Pumping out nearly 500 horsepower, these American stock cars will be testing these drivers' know-hows when it comes to the art of pack drafting and driving at nearly 300 kilometers per hour, for the entire race. And what better place to do it other than the world center of racing, which is of course Daytona International Speedway. Since 1959, America's best have tried to conquer this 2.5 mile super speedway, but it's a game of survival and placing the car right at the end to run to the finish line. 4 turns, 2.5 miles of super speedway action in one action-packed night. The gloves are off and it's all live here on Sensational TV.
Motto is that safe drivers are lifesavers. If your organisation shares this belief and are planning to improve driver education in your community, SDT Simulator Driver Training has the solution. Many of our simulator users are also gaining a revenue stream by taking their simulators to events and schools for driver education programs. The system can also be set up to run motorsport simulation. Many leading racing drivers are now using simulators to improve their skills. Such software can also be used to show drivers they are not as skilled as they think they are. SDT Simulator Driver Training is a division of Safe Drive Training, one of Asia Pacific's leading driver training providers. We offer affordable driving simulators that are assembled in our Brisbane head office. SDT simulators are now in use across Australia and are expanding into international markets due to their affordable price, unique features.
Oh, welcome everyone to the Tuesday night. What an exciting event this will be in the NASCAR's Daytona. There's already rubbing already. These guys are only in qualifying. Have a go at the bumping and the spills. This is going to be monumental. The guys have prepped. They are totally ready to go for a little breakout round here. This is going to be super epic. Hang around for this one. We've had some guys setting some pretty quick times. I see Mr. Zach O'Reilly's in the field at the moment, so he's ready to go. He'll definitely be a contender, the Rangy boys. As always, they are out for blood, these guys. We've got Fergo in the field. Look, the field all up and down the field. Have a look, ladies and gentlemen. There is some quick movers and some quick shakers in this one. Lee Crowther in here. Sullivan. Let's have a quick look through the field while I've got a second here. We've got Bensley, Sam. Oh, he could come out of nowhere. Zach O'Reilly, Fergo, Andre Elliott, always a quick man. Andrew Ferguson, Jason McFadden, Harrison, Cook, another quick rangy guy, Salmon, Grand, King, Priest, Ward, Ezra. Oh, yeah. Imagine Ezra on this track, ladies and gentlemen, trying to go around him. This guy will be a mission to get around. Dion Clerk, Dion there, won't be as comfortable as isn't a GDR. Tell you what, that man can wheel a car on a track. I've seen a little bit of footage, and this guy can drive. Hackster, quick comment in the stream there. I see with a big Dino. G'day, mate. Welcome to this evening's proceedings. Really keen to see where this one goes. Pete, how are we going? Have we got any advancements there? What is happening?
Still trying to get the audio. For whatever reason, tonight's stream is not going to plan, but hang in there. We're still trying to work it out and get going. But these guys are absolutely laying down some ripper lap times, aren't they?
Oh, Pete, these guys. And look at them. There's another little nudge there. This is what we're going to see tonight. I was actually having a conversation with the guys just prior to this stream, and they were saying that bump drafting is a little bit of an issue with these things, which I tell you what, that makes it a little bit difficult to get it going on. So, I mean, just a little bit of a bump draft. I mean, everyone thinks that NASCAR, you think that's how it's going to go, but it's just not able to give a little bump here and a little kiss there. So, really trying to get these things sorted. But it's going to be absolutely amazing racing tonight. Pete, any advancements, or do we have to quickly redo this thing and get it cooking?
Well, we might have to redo it, but you know what? We're going to hang in there. I'll work out a fix. You keep talking, Dino, because that is exactly what you're very good at, and I'll keep going along with the tools, and we'll get the sound back because these cars absolutely sound wicked.
Well, mate, I don't know whether that's a compliment or not, saying about me chatting away. But Hackster, great to have you in the chat there, buddy. You should be jumping in here. You're a bit of a wheelman yourself. Like, you're not too bad behind the wheels. So jump on in and have a go with these things. If you don't like who's in front of you, I think it's legal to just push them out of the way. So, mate, jump on in here and come and have a blast. Look at these guys. This is qualifying. Liam Hollyoaks at the quickest time at the moment with a 45.8. That man is on fire. Corks him with a 45.9. Have a look at those times. This is going to be as tight as you like. McFadden with a 46.2. Salmon with a 46.4. Geez, look at all the 46s. Zach O'Reilly. Yeah, he's only on a 46.6. Expected more from this man. We all talk him up. He is the alien in the sim world. Let's see if he can pull a masterclass out tonight. Sam Bensley there, he's hot on his heels with a 46.7. Ezra with a 46.8. And then we go to Dion with a 47.1. And then we go into the 47. So this field is going to be a very, very tight field tonight. And Brendan chiming in there. I'll do an Ezra like Sunday in the ARC cars and punt the person in front. Well, I tell you what, Brendan, I think that's the idea with these things. Bump them along and let's just get them moving just a little bit. So right now we're still concentrating. We're on Remo. Remo with a beautiful looking car. Love these 90s NASCARs. Geez, they look impressive. So people, stay with us while we try and get some volume going. There's just been a little few hassles with the stream tonight, but I have the wizard himself, Pete, in the background. Pete, we need an update.
Still going at it. So far, everything that I am doing is not wanting to play ball, but I've got a few more things I can still try. But Hollyoaks coming up towards the front at the moment, but he did that lap time all by himself, whereas guys like Remo at the moment, he's got a little bit of assistance. So a little bit of pack drafting can get you a bit more lap speed, but it can also cause you to be doing exactly this, racing the other guy, because you don't want to let him get ahead, because then you're going to give him the push and to give him all the extra lap time. So it's a bit of a game of cat and mouse out there in the qualifying world for oval racing. But this is why the big boys in real life do it one by one, because they don't want to play any of these sort of games, and because it can result in stuff like that. And when you've got the rivalries we see in NASCAR, those are sure to come down as well. So expect a few of those to happen as well. But at the moment, Hollyoak is the fastest driver in qualifying.
Definitely. Hollyoak pulling it out there. He's really laid down some times, as we seem to have a little halt in proceedings now. Not quite sure what's going on here. We seem to have a practice time going on. So all these guys now just getting ready to do their thing. So we're still stay with us, guys. If we have any more dramas, we might have to pull the stream down in a second and then just work on it quickly and get back to you. But you do not want to miss tonight's racing. It is going to be exceptional racing tonight. Pete, how are we looking, mate? We might have to pull the stream down.
I'll do everything possible before having to pull the stream down. So bear with us. Luckily, though, we've got 2 races coming up. So plenty of time to try and get things fixed. And we'll go to a quick ad break while I mess around and get this one done.
Motto is that safe drivers are lifesavers. If your organisation shares this belief and are planning to improve driver education in your community, SDT Simulator Driver Training has the solution. Many of our simulator users are also gaining a revenue stream by taking their simulators to events and schools for driver education programs. The system can also be set up to run motorsport simulation. Many leading racing drivers are now using simulators to improve their skills. Such software can also be used to show drivers they are not as skilled as they think they are. SDT Simulator Driver Training is a division of Safe Drive Training, one of Asia Pacific's leading driver training providers. We offer
And welcome back. That was a very quick ad break, but I think that is because I now have some excellent game sounds. I can hear a little rumble in the background of my ear, so I think we're back, Dean. Let's get this going. I can definitely hear the sound of the helicopter above getting the shots of the grid. So speaking of the grid, how about we do a run through there and see how well this grid is going to shape up in amongst the field.
Yeah, definitely. So we've got Liam Hollyoak off the pole, set an amazing time there. And then Corksy, he'll be hot on his heels. Then we've got Cookie in third. That's a great effort to get up there. Fourth was McFadden. Then we've got the Alien in fifth, Mr. O'Reilly himself. Salmon in sixth. Then we've got Remo in seventh. These guys, we're cranking up now. This is a rolling start.
It is
the first one of the season. This will be amazing to watch.
It is a rolling start. They're going to have a full lap, or they should have a full lap to get themselves up to speed, stay in order, and go around. So this will end up being a 10 laps race once we get the things all done and dusted. If my telemetry would like to come back, that would be very nice, but I think it's just having a absolute hissy fit at the moment because they're all running side by side, so it doesn't really know what it is doing. So this is a first for the RANGIART streams. We don't really see this too often, so we are absolutely on for a ripper event, if I do say so myself, as now we try and get these audio levels just right for a set of cores, and now that it is it hasn't been the greatest so far, but I think we're getting there.
Yeah, definitely, mate. But we're ready to go now. We are ready to go now, so we are going to have a race start. So this is absolutely going to be on. We've got guys now just having a slow... Oh, there's an off in the background. There's a crash in the background. On the opening lap, we haven't even started yet. And people are having a little bust up as they now try and line up again. All this drama unfolding, and we're only trying to get to the start of a rolling start. Someone still gets a whack for good measure. Sam Bensley was sent absolutely skyward there. Is he going to try and get... He's going to go back for his position. Sam, I tell you what, I'd do the same thing. Sam might have got a little touch in the background there, but these guys are coming round. We're not far from a start. Are they going to actually be able to line up and get this one going on? This is all about to get very hairy, very quick. We just saw then in a warm-up lap, in a lap formation lap, the guys were bumping and sliding all over the shop. Pete, how is the racing going to be?
Anything to go by. I think we've got chaos, and because it is super speedway racing, we do have safety cars enabled for this one as well, so we may have to see a intervention as well, bring the field back down, and a little bit of a lull in proceedings to just calm them down and let the race sort itself out. But Dino, we're coming to the green flag now. How is this one going to play out?
Oh, let's go racing. and Liam across the line, and we are away. I see a spin in the background. There is a crash. Straight off the start, there is a crash. Salmon straight to the pits. Liam looked like he got a great start then. He got away with Cookie hot on his heels. So these boys, now they're starting to get their heads together. We're just starting to get everything in order now. Let's try and get some positions and see what we can do. Andre looks like he's just dropped down a position in the background there, but it is on. Cookie right up the hammer of Hollyoak. So this is on from the get-go, and behind him, we're 3 wide. I just saw 3 wide. Look at that. This is all going to be chaos here. Any little touch and someone's going to know about it. Cookie is bolted to the back of that car. Absolutely bolted to it. Look at it. It looks like an extension at this point. Liam just hanging on for dear life in the lead as they try to sort himself out. Zach has managed to get himself up into 3rd position as this train gets rocking and rolling. McFadden there, he will hang on to the back of him, and Corksy, of course, up there. So the 5 of them starting to race around now. Race off now. There's just starting to form a little bit of a gap, but holy dooly, here we go.
Yep, we have got a 5-car breakaway for the race win at the moment. But if the back group can get themselves organised a bit, they would absolutely be able to get themselves further up the field and try and catch up to this breakaway, because as good as it is to be breakaway, and that's Hollyoak. Hollyoak has gone for an absolutely humongous one, and he is still gone. He is out of there. He has gone into the Florida Everglades, and he is out of here. So that now leaves Hayden Cook as your race leader, but he's out in front. He is the breaker into the air, and now he runs 3 wide. He's got O'Reilly on one side, McFadden on the other. Can they keep it 3 wide flat out through this massive 31 degrees of banking going through turns 1 and 2? And this is absolutely awesome racing out the front from guys who don't normally do a bit of oval racing themselves.
No, definitely, this is the guys out of their depth, but I tell you what, they're still putting on a show for us. These 3 guys, Cookie now looks like he's got a run. He's going to go up the inside of McFadden. We've got old Zach O'Reilly lurking in the background there, and Corksy, he's watching it all unfold. He's still not out of touch. Zach's got a beautiful run there. He's got right up the back of Jason McFadden. I'm sure I saw McFadden smile while that was happening. And now he's gone down to Cookie. No, he's going to stick with McFadden. Everyone likes a bit of McFadden. So just stay with him for now. Let's see if he can get a run. He doesn't know whether to go left or right, but all up and down the field, there is action aplenty happening right now. But these guys, the fight for the lead, Zach's gone high. If that isn't a photo opportunity, I don't know what is. What a race unfolding here.
Yep, it is getting very argy-bargy, but these cars, as much as you'd love to push each other around, there's a big moment in the background, because this battle pack at the moment is now actually starting to gain onto the back of your leaders. So that is exactly what I was talking about a few laps ago. If these guys can get organised, that's not very organised though. They've gone for a spin. They're still trying to gather it up, and that it looks like it's Paul doing the wall ride. He keeps it going straight, but that car is going to be very wounded, and they somehow keep it going. There's another car flying back across the circuit. Now that looks like it was Clerk that had a bit more of a moment as well. So it all kicked off right as I was saying, that they were getting very organised and they were looking good to try and catch up to the back of your leading pack. And you can see how much momentum he has lost through all of that as well. So your leading 3 have now broken away once again, because that second pack has now well and truly broken apart, and they're going to need to pull in the hard works again to pull that gap back down. You can see that second pack is now only 2 cars, and there was a little nudge heading into turn 3. That got a bit spicy.
Oh, McFadden, he doesn't care. He's sticking his nose here, there, and everywhere. He's got Cookie now. He'll try and get up the back of Cookie, but O'Reilly's got a beautiful run on the outside. They're starting to come up on some lap traffic. This is going to cause a bit of chaos. Cookie, the loser here, he's just bunted. Absolutely excused him out of the way. Get out of my way, I'm coming through. These 3 guys, it's all serious up the front, but have a look behind them. Andre now. Andre can never discard him. That man creeping in on this group here, and Corksy's coming for the ride as well. We're about to have a 5-car battle for the lead. All of these guys, we're 7 laps in now, so the clock's starting to tick down, the laps starting to fall away, but Andre's starting to show some real pace now, while these 3 in front, they're just battling it out for their own. They're all right behind each other. If this isn't guys having a good time, I don't know what is, but it's just allowing the dock here to come back into this. It's all going to happen, Pete. This is going to be a juicy end of this one.
Oh, it is absolutely going to kick off. And what happened there? It looks like we had a bit of a disconnect there from McFadden. And if we click onto him, no, he's in the fence. So that was an absolutely huge moment. And somehow has found himself there. He disappeared at a rate of knots. But back to the front. Now it's only 2 cars battling it out for your race lead here. And as you said, you have got Andre Elliott right behind them, starting to close in that gap. But now that's broken up a little bit. It's 2 by 2 in the packs. And that means that this... in 3rd and 4th, Elliott and Corks have got a lot harder job now to get themselves to the front 2. And you can see Corksy there all up the back of him, trying to just keep pushing him and try and get that done. Because these two going side by side is going to slow them down because they're not going to be able to push each other and get that speed back up. So they're definitely holding each other up. And you can see now Elliott getting the push, and that gap that was about 0.8 of a second has now come down. It's actually still hanging around that 0.8 of a second, although it did drop down just that little bit. But your V8 Brutes champion is now trying to put his name at the top of some stock car oval racing as well.
There's a bit of a team game, smart play. There's Andre and Corksy working together there to try and get each other up just that little bit further. They're bump drafting, they're following each other, they're trying to get in the draft. This is the smart way for 2 guys to get up there. Corksy just needs to pull in now and just give him a little bump, just give him a little tap. Something's happened there. He's lost a bit of ground, but he seems to have picked it back up now. I'm not sure whether that's the stream or what's going on here, but there's a little bit of jumping all over the shop. But these 2 guys need to work together to get up. You can see they're just starting to fall behind now with this battling. It's not going to help anyone, that.
Absolutely not. So they're going to have to keep going at it, but further down the field, Lee Crowther, your Birdman, very respectively, in the Dale Earnhardt car, the number 3 Goodwrench car. So what a throwback livery that is. Actually, all of these cars are beautiful throwback liveries to the 1990s, that is, of probably prime NASCAR. And look at that, in good timing as well. Lee Crowther gets a little bit of a bump and is still kicking on as well. Fabian Fitness is involved, and King's gone well. Sadler he was the car cartwheeling his way around. He's had to go back to the pit lane. He's out of this one now. So a few big names has been wiped out of contention in this one, as now they go on to the final lap here. Hayden Cook leads the way, but look at that. That's Sadler right in front, just exiting the pit lane as well. So they've got 1.6 seconds now between themselves and the battle of Elliott and Tommy Cork. So this is your race for the win, ladies and gentlemen.
I tell you what, Zach here, just stalking him. He's just trying to set this up. I would want to be behind him until the last corner, which it looks like that's exactly what he's trying to do here. Just position his car to try and get a run. He's gone high. He likes that high line. He'll cut down low in a minute and try to get in behind him, try to get a bit of suck. No, he's not going to happen. Cookie's going to hold him off, so this one's going to go right down to the line. There's a bump. These guys, this is win or lose, and I think Zach got it. O'Reilly has got it across the line. What a master performance. Hey, what a finish.
That was a fantastic finish. 22 thousandths of a second separate your top 2. That was a beautifully timed run from Zach O'Reilly to get the race win. Andre Elliott holds on to his 3rd position as well, right at the death, holds on ahead of Tommy Corks. Further down the field, you've got Ezra in P5. He manages to hold on by only 0.07 of a second to Remo Grand. And then it is Andrew Ferguson only a 10th behind. Sam Bensley 0.07 of a second further behind. And then Dion Clerk 0.4 behind. And then Rob Priest a little bit further behind. But wow, this is NASCAR. This is close quarters racing. And for a group of guys who don't normally do this type of racing, that went very well.
What an absolute finish to behold. These guys really putting on a show here for us all. If that didn't have you entertained, I don't know what will. What a great race. Poor Liam there. He looked like he had it all going on, and then all of a sudden he was gone. Absolutely gone, Ski. So not sure what happened there. I'm sure in the sheds there'll be a bit of argy-bargy, Pete.
Yeah, absolutely. It was just, unfortunately, a little bit of a case of a bit of an incident when it gets to bump drafting, whether if the bump from the car behind was slightly off-centered or whether if he just wasn't expecting it and the car just got away from him. Unfortunately, those are the things that happen on super speedways and in this type of motorsport, but that is the beauty of doing something different. We get to experience this as, you know what, Dean? I think that was so good. We might as well go and do it again because we got another race coming up very soon.
Mate, I reckon we do this again. I absolutely loved that. So let's go again, ladies and gentlemen. Get yourself ready. Get yourself prepped and let's do it one more time.
Motorsport isn't just a hobby, it's a lifestyle. And when performance matters, you need gear you can trust. That's where ARD Importing comes in. ARD Importing brings world-class racing brands straight to New Zealand, supplying real racers, real teams, and real enthusiasts with proven performance products around the globe. We're talking JRP racing components, ZAMP helmets and safety gear you can rely on the track, Red Cat Racing for high-performance RC action and intimate brake pads for serious stopping power when it counts most. Keep your engine protected with renewable lubricants, premium oils designed for extreme performance and durability. Turn up the volume with wicked audio, delivering powerful sound whenever the road or track takes you. And gear up with Spartan products built for durability, comfort, and race day durability. Whether you're racing dirt, asphalt, or chasing lap times from home, ARD Importing has you covered. Sim racers as well, listen up, ladies and gentlemen, because ARD New Zealand is your importing source for all of Camus Racing sim gear. Precision wheels, professional grade pedals, immersive feedback that puts you right in the driver's seat. Train harder, race smarter, and feel every corner. From real-world racing to the virtual grid, ardimporting.co.New Zealand connects you with elite brands trusted by racers worldwide.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have got race 2 just around the corner, and if anything's to go by, we are in for an absolute ripper. Only 22 thousandths of a second separating your race winners of Zach O'Reilly. That was absolutely fantastic racing. It's got me very excited for this next race. So let's talk our way through the grid though, because there's some very, very interesting lineups happening at the moment, starting with Gray Ward on the pole position ahead of Liam Holyoke, and then it's Sadler in third position. McFadden will line up in fourth, King in fifth, Salmon in sixth position, Fabian Fitness in seventh, Harrison in eighth, Sullivan in ninth, Lee Crowther in 10th. But going through the rest of the field, Dean, we have got some very interesting names as well.
Oh, there are some big movers and shakers in that field. We've got someone off already. These guys with the rolling start, they're all having a bit of a struggle at the moment. Gray there. Gray's just doing a bit of excursion through the grass. I'm sure he'll get back on and lead this field. So he's back out in front now. He's rocketing off, but he needs to slow it down. Slow down that pace, mate. Let everyone reform up and let's go again. So Gray's racing off with it. I think he thinks the race is on, but it's not yet. Not yet, Gray. You've gone just a little bit early, mate. You'll have to slow down here.
Yeah, well, like he could also just be trying to get to the back of the pack as well before the race actually kicks off. But that would also do the timing a bit of a misjustice because it'll put him as a lap ahead. So let's see how this one all ends up playing out. But hopefully this time we have no bust-ups going forwards into this turn 3 coming right up. You can see the pack now slowing up, just making sure everyone's nice and tight together. And then they'll speed things up a little bit before a green flag gets dropped. And we're actually doing a server reset. So that's
probably the best.
Yep, that's probably going to be it. So we've still got a little bit more time now to get ourselves through all of this. So let's actually go through the rest of the field, starting with 11th, Dean.
Starting with 11th, we've got Buck. Sorry, Buck. He's doing a great job there in 11th. Then we've got Rob. Rob in 12th. He'll be happy with that. We've got Mr. GDR, Dion Clerk in 13th. Come on, Dion, get up there, mate. And Sam Bensley, he's got to get up there too. And then look at the names behind now. Ferguson. Now, Fergo, he will absolutely go hammer and tongs for this one. Then you got Remo Grand just behind him. And then we've got the man as wide as a bus. Ezra Simmons, very hard to get around. And then Corksy there in 18th. We've got Andre in 19th. We got Cookie sitting in 20th. So here we go. Watch for these guys coming through. We've got Zach O'Reilly in 21st. And then we got Paul in 22nd. So watch for this one. This is going to be absolutely epic. You're going to have some very fast guys coming through the field. But I do see a cheeky 7th position there for Fabian Fitness. How did that happen, Pete?
You know what? The man just finds his ways into good positions, and I think that's why he is so successful when it comes to the virtual world of motorsport. But 7th position is a alright starting position, but he is a little bit buried into the pack, and so he's going to have to cleanly work his way through the field and see what he can do with the pace that he's got in that machine. But again, we've seen the chaos. Can he make it through cleanly? That's going to be the big kicker here tonight.
Definitely. Let's see who can make it through cleanly as the guys. Now, that's a much nicer formation lap as they set up for this one. So this is going to be an absolute cracker. I believe there's 2 more races after this, Pete, in this short format. So this is going to be a big night. The boys now all starting to get the hang of it. Oh, we've got someone drifting off there. Now they're coming back onto the field, so we're just starting to line up. Liam will be sitting in 2nd place there. I'm sure he'll be thinking about life and pondering the big question, can I stay unscathed for a lap? What do you reckon, Pete?
Yeah, you know what? I think we're going to be in for a fantastic night. You know, as you said, we still got plenty more racing to come up as well. So it is very much not over just yet. We've already got 1 race winner. How many can we get in one single night? And I think this type of racing is going to really shake things up. And you know, these events are also spread out, so these drivers, unlike in the V8 Brutes, which they have just done, they didn't have 10 weeks in a row of getting used to that car, knowing how exactly it drives. These guys are only going to be driving these once every 11 weeks, which is just going to make it all that more spicier.
It's definitely going to spice things up here. Have a look at that through the field. I'm seeing a little bit of bumping, a little bit of rubbing already. So I tell you what, if rubbing is racing, these boys are hammer and tongs in a racing. We're just about to come up for a start here. Pete, what do you reckon, mate? You want to take a race call for this one? It's going to be epic.
I have been waiting for you to say that. This is going to be so fun, and it is absolutely going to be balls to the wall in this one. We have seen what they are capable of doing. Can they replicate it, and can we have a few less pile-ups, because that really spread out the field, and you can see they're already upon the way they go. Grey Water gets a pretty good jump. A few drivers fell out of line, so that may be looked at later on, because you're meant to virtually stay line astern until you get by the start-finish line. We've already got 1 driver who's fallen back behind the field, and he's gone for a spin. Hopefully that's not going to be in front of the field, and everything goes very nicely in behind on the mini-map. It looks like they've all managed to get through there. Grey Ward, though, he is going for a spin. Can he keep it out of the pack? Because out in front, it is all kicking off at the moment. You got McFadden now leading the way, but have a look at this. They are absolutely going at it at the front. Everything has been somewhat clean at the moment. That was King going for a bit of a slide. He rejoins the circuit in front of a few other drivers, and so that will be definitely looked at post-race, because it is still absolutely going off as well. These cars are not easy to gather back up. There's not a lot of aero, not a lot of grip. These are real drivers' cars, these ones.
Definitely, you have to hang on to it for all it's worth. And have a look up the front here. McFadden thinks he's in the clear. He's got Hollyoak on one side, Sadler on the other, and Fabian in there for good measure. Salmon as well coming in as we jump on board with Fabian. Let's get a view of these things. Fabian's got nowhere to go, but he's just going to bump Josh Sadler on a bit, see if he can push him past McFadden. But now he's into McFadden, so that's going to give it a little run. Look at the lead change straight away. So Sadler, he's going to come out of this the best, and they are 3 wide into this corner. You can see McFadden sitting right there. He's not ready to give it away yet. If Fabian just has a little touch on Sadler in the corner, that's going to be epic now. Oh, Pete, I don't even know where to look. These guys are into it.
They absolutely are. And look at that. And that's another car going around. That's Sadler, who's unfortunately lost it. And you can see there with this camera angle just how much unstable these cars are. And unfortunately for Joshy Sadler, he is falling down the order at a rate of knots. And he's gathered it back up and he's get back going again. But it's all the way down in 16th position. So with how quickly these races go, that is his day absolutely done. But back out in front. Look at this. The field definitely staying a bit closer together than the last time.
Definitely staying closer together this time. They're all learning the little traits here. Fabian in the lead, which is where he likes to be. But I tell you what, a NASCAR and a track like this, not so sure that's where I'd want to be. Hollyoaks now put his nose in front. You got Jason McFadden right behind him there. He's giving them all a push. He loves to do that from the back there. So Jace now, he's just going to sit in with Fabian, follow him and try and get a bit of a draft, which will just give him a good run onto that back straight. And that's the one where you want to have all the momentum. But do you want to lead early? That is the question with the drafting that these things get. I mean, look behind them. There's 3 cars behind them going on. This is all up and down the field, ladies and gentlemen. And we've got some big movers through. Oh, Josh has just held on to that. McFadden's had to get out of it and just let him straighten it up. But that's given Fabian the run right around the outside. So this is going to get very messy very quickly here. Hold your hats, people.
Yes, and what's going on in front? Don't cause anything here. That was a little bit scary there. I thought there was possibly going to be a car going back across the circuit. It looks like they had copped a bit of damage, so a little bit of an incident probably further down the field. Dion Clerk has dropped down at the order just a little bit there as well. So he's been, unfortunately, on the receiving end of not having the slipstream. He was the one caught out in front, and just look how aggressively he is pushing that car in front of him of Zach O'Reilly. And O'Reilly all the way down from 21st position. Look at that. He is up into 8th position. And is he going to be able to get himself any further up as well?
Definitely, Zach's going to go for it. But tell you what, Dion doing a great job here. He's just planted himself in behind. That looks like one car at the moment, and that is how you go racing in these things. You push each other along and you try to get as far up there as you possibly can. There's been an incident up the front. There is another big spin up the front, and it's Liam is the loser. Now he's sitting in the field. This could get messy. He's just managed to get it out of the way. What a shame. He's gone from riding right up the front to now he's back to 13th position. All of that in the blink of an eye. These cars are so unforgiving. No one getting any favours there, as I see Sam Bensley's got the lead of the race at the moment. So Sam's managed to wind his way through all of this rubbish and just carry on with it. But Remo's there for good measure. Salmon, McFadden just looks like he's jetting up the inside. So it's all happening up and down this field. As I said before, hold on, ladies and gentlemen. This is getting crazy very fast. But as these boys do it more, this is going to get better and better and better. NASCAR is a whole different breed.
Absolutely is. You got to really think about the aero in amongst as well. So with the aerodynamics of these cars, you've got to be careful as well, because if you stay too long behind another car, those oil temperatures are going to also start skyrocketing. Then you can start losing engine performance. So it's a real cat and mouse game of how much air do you want in that nose to keep the engine cool. How much slipstream do you want? How much do you want to push the other driver? And that is just going to be all a big game, and they do not have very long to try and organize that one. But I really do feel for Hollyoak there. 2 races in a row, he has been leading the way, and I am going to probably put it down to where he ended up spinning is maybe a little bit of a bump, a little bit of a push here at the tri-oval, and he was just caught out, unfortunately, and it's 2 races in a row spun out from the lead.
Terrible luck for Liam there, but I tell you what, the fact that the man's still in it and running in 14th, that's a real tribute to him. He's doing a great job there. He's just staying in it as the lead now. Remo closer than ever. He's looking for a way around here, but you just can't nudge the corner of that car. He's gone up the inside of Sam. Sam looks like he's leaving the door open, but we've got some lap traffic which will come into play here. Sam, is he going to have anywhere to go? He's gone high. He's going to have to bring it down now to try and get past that lap traffic, or he's going to use him for a bit of a slipstream. Have a go at this, and there's a spin in front, but they are through. That's cleared. So Sam still with the lead here, still holding Remo at bay. I just noticed Zach O'Reilly's moved up in the 3rd position. That is a mighty drive from that man. But, Pete, do we expect anything less from our local alien?
You know what? You just can't put him get get it put past him, as I'm trying to say there. Throw him into any sort of car, and he is going to put it towards the front. We've seen him a couple of times in the V8 Brute Series for RANGIART. Just jump in, do qualifying, get pole position by margin, and then just, you know, do the first half of the race, pull out a race lead, and then call it quits. So that's just a Zach O'Reilly thing. He is a absolute wizard behind the wheel of absolutely anything, and from the last row of the field to already up into third position, he has got his eyes on victory lane just ahead of him, but is that too big of a gap for him to try and close here in this final lap of racing here? And you can really see how much he has to gain. There it is. That's what he is currently looking at, and he has got a bit of time to find. But with that push, and now those two also up in front of him, running side by side. Look at the delta between himself and those top two. Change. Oh, and that was a bit of a dodgy bump from behind, and that really unsettled the car. But your leaders now currently running side by side, and that gap to Zach O'Reilly constantly changing. But I think the run has been left a little bit too late.
Definitely, but will Dion have a go here? I don't think Dion will be happy to sit in third position. He's given O'Reilly another knock, but up the front, we got Bensley. Sam is going to take the win here. Take a bow, Sam Bensley. That was an amazing drive to stay out of all the rubbish. Remo with an epic second position. Zach O'Reilly in third, come all the way from the back of the field. What a drive. Dion there, trying to pull some moves, trying to shake him up, nearly got it done. I saw Zach, he was doing his Beyonce impersonations all up the back straight, all up the front straight there, just trying to hold that car for all it was worth. McFadden in fourth, great drive from Jason. Salmon in sixth, Fitness in seventh, I believe. That's where he started, so the man didn't make any positions, but in this field, it's tricky racing. Cookie got himself up in the eighth position. That is also a fantastic drive. Rob up into ninth. Fergo up into 10th. And then Buck in 11th. Buck Rogers, what a drive. Buck, take a bow, my friend. Sullivan in 13th. Andre got into 13th position, so he must have had a bit of a mare there, just trying to get through the traffic. This poor bugger, what can you say about him, Pete?
That is unfortunately just the name of the game when it comes to packed draft racing, and it is just, yeah, unfortunate leading the way, but that also means that you're most vulnerable to the bumps, and your car's going to feel the most unsteady out of the lot unless you're about 6 cars deep in a pack. That is when a car can start really feeling really light, because the air is absolutely swelling all the way around you. So very unfortunate for Liam Holyoake. Luckily though for himself, Dean, we've got 2 more races still to come with another qualifying session as well. So we're going to take a bit of a ad break here, get the server reset, and we're going to do it all over again.
Forms and expertise in getting the best gear. Sensational TV has proudly partnered up with Speed Nation. It is New Zealand's go-to destination for high-performance sim gear. They also stock the best and biggest brands in the game, from Thrustmaster, Mozo Racing, Next Level Racing, Sparko, Turtle Beach, and more. And whether you're looking for the ultra-responsive racing wheels or pro-grade flight controls, immersive audio, or rock-solid cockpits, I'll tell you what, Speed Nation has got it all. They also carry other trusted names like Buck Kicker, PT Actuators, Wheel Stand Pros, Gen Ace, Spectrum in the remote control field, and also Collective Mind. So every step and part of your setup is covered, from complete racing rigs and premium flight packs. We here at Sensational TV, back in Speed Nation, to deliver the gear that takes your experience to the next level. Fast shipping, trusted brands, unbeatable quality, and I'll tell you what, Speed Nation has it all. And as an excellent gift for all of our viewers tonight and members out there of Sensational TV, and if you're trying to get into racing, go to the checkout, buy some stuff off Speed Nation, because if you buy any full-price product on the website, enter the code SIMSATIONAL, that is SIMSATIONAL. Oh my God, I can't even speak. And you will get a 10% discount off your end cart price. So go in there.
10%? 10% did you say, Zachary?
I did say 10%, mate. I did not say 5. I did not say 4. I said 10.
Wow.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for the next one, and we are in for an absolute ripper, if I do say so myself, and it is going to be absolutely on like Donkey Kong. Although I have just noticed, for whatever reason, rejoining the server, we have lost game audio once again. So, Dean, do you want to take us on and see if we can't work out what is going on here?
Definitely, mate. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Happy to have you all back. I tell you what, if those first two races are anything to go by, this is going to be absolutely epic tonight. Absolutely epic. The next two races, they are going to deliver. I mean, what an absolute masterclass of racing this is. It's just been phenomenal stuff so far. I'm absolutely having a blast with it. Happy to see everyone in the chat there. Mello, welcome, mate. Welcome. There is the Discord link. It is there. No, that's the STV Discord link. Mello, I will make sure you get that, mate, and you need to jump into this series. This series is one to behold. So we're all sort of racing here. Do we have volume yet, Pete? I can't hear the rumble of those big, beautiful cars.
I think we do. It is just a case of we have got 47 seconds until engines are fired up, ready for qualifying here, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. We saw briefly what we were able to do in the last one. So let's see what happens that time around. And can we get a new pole sitter this time around, Dean?
Yeah, not sure. We'll go with pole sitter. I mean, poor Liam, it certainly didn't do him any favours at the start of that one, did it? He got pole and then got punted straight away into the Never Never Land. Now he's come back and he got into race 2 and he was up the front again. He was in second position and held it for a little while there, but then unlucky again. Absolutely unlucky again, the poor man. But I mean, what an absolute racing we are having right now. I've just seen Brown Pants race 2, but Dion and I came from 20th. Unreal. That's from Zach O'Reilly. I tell you what, Zach, that is nothing to sneeze about either, mate. What an epic effort from you boys. It was well noted here in the comms box. We saw every moment of that, didn't we, Pete?
Yeah, absolutely. That was, absolutely fantastic stuff from the lot of them. So let's see if we can get any other racing just like it in amongst it. So it'll be definitely interesting to see. And can we just get an audio check here? Do we have game sound back on the stream? Because for whatever reason, we are not having a good time with the tech department here tonight.
Yeah, we seem to have had a little bit of mare with the tech department tonight. Been trying to get stuff going on. Last minute, Pete's had to step in and get everything going on. And I tell you what, it hasn't been an easy feat. So I've just had confirmation. The race is going to go ahead. So we've got 4 minutes to go in qualifying here. So the lap times are starting to be set right now. So as I said before, hold on, ladies and gentlemen. This one is about to get extra spicy. These boys did not hold back in race 1. And I tell you what, for race 2 and 3, race 3 and 4, sorry, they're not going to hold back either. Pete, and is that the rumble I hear in the background?
I can hear game sound, so I'm just hoping it's going to be coming through on the stream, because we have had, as we said, tonight has just not gone very well in the tech department, and we are absolutely hoping that everything goes smoothly for our next 2 races, because it is going to be an absolute ripper. And in the off time, we have also tried to see if we can get some of these epic liveries these guys have designed for us here tonight to work out for us. So hopefully you can see some of those, because these drivers put in a lot of effort to get these ones done. And we've got a bit of pack racing here to try and get your lap times in, which is always a interesting tactic, isn't it, Dean?
Oh, it's definitely an interesting tactic. But I tell you what, in qualifying, I don't know if this is where you'd want to be. In qualifying, I think you want a little bit of space, maybe a little bit of a draft, but you wouldn't want to be 3 wide. You wouldn't want to have the 3 of you in a train going through this. We've seen what a little bump does here. It doesn't take much for these cars to go off on a little tangent and end up in the Never Never Land. So I tell you what, I'd be wanting a little bit of space. Remo seems to have got himself a little bit of space there, but if I look up the tower, how close is that? Andre with a 45.803, Sam with a 45.804. How close do you want it?
You can't get any closer, and I can confirm we have got liveries working, because have a look at this absolute beauty, Dean. We have got ourselves a bit of a throwback to Talladega Nights with the Wonder White livery on the machine here for Remo Grand. What a fantastic livery this is, and I'm sure we're going to see plenty of shake and bake here tonight for race 3 and 4. How about that?
What a livery. And I mean, someone had to do it. Remo there, just pulling it out of nowhere. If you ain't first, you're last. Absolutely love that livery. Now, that is how you go racing, ladies and gentlemen. What a beautiful job he's done of that car. So what have we got? We've got a minute and a half left in quali right now. So this is going to get exciting now. Andre looks like he's trying to get a bit of a draft there, trying to get a bit of something going on. But I will quickly, Pete, before I throw over to you, send out a warning. I've just had someone in the chat by the name of Mello. Now, people will be familiar with that name. That man can steer a car. Has said that he might be able to jump in next week. So that will definitely give these boys a run for their money. So, Pete, the field now, ever getting bigger, ever getting more competitive. It's about to go down.
Yeah, absolutely. It is going to be absolutely insane. There's a car that's had a bit of a moment in the qualifying session. So how did that one occur? I'm going to say with everyone using a bit of the bump drafting technique here to try and get their lap time. May have just been a case of a bad bump, or there has also been plenty of cars just getting loose, and I can say getting loose is a very, very real thing to happen to you. So let's just let's just play it by ear and see how this one goes, because it is going to be a massive unknown.
Mate, we don't know what's going on here for these boys having their first little go at NASCAR. I mean, we're going to have more events of this NASCAR, but right now they're just starting to get used to it, just starting to get used to the racing that happens here and how you go about the racing. So it's all to play for right now, but once these guys get to grips with it, it's going to be epic racing. They're going to get onto it. This is going to get better and better and better.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm looking very, very much excited for that one. So, again, I'm just going to be so intrigued to see how this one plays out for everyone here. And take a look at this for a livery. Now, Grey Ward with the Jack Miller 43 on the machine and the Speed Nation logos on it as well. Now, that is a good-looking car.
That is a beautiful looking car. Gray always turns out some good liveries. He never disappoints, never lets you down. Andre now, he's setting a little bit more of a benchmark. That's a 45.45. So I tell you what, he's now starting to twist those screws, starting to throw down some times. I don't think anyone's going to answer for that. Dion in second place. I mean, considering he's not in a GDR, that is an amazing result. Cookie now. Cookie's still out there laying down a time. Can he go any faster? Currently sitting in 7th. Can he get himself further up that field? I don't think it will. No, Pete, no. He hasn't got any further in that one. So I tell you what, it is an interesting lineup at the start. And Sam in 3rd place, Liam in 4th. These guys have absolutely throwing it down now to try and smack out some good times. O'Reilly there, I just see buried in the pack in 12th. Not sure if that's a ploy to see if he can come through the field.
Yeah, it might just be, and we saw a very good comeback drive from Zach O'Reilly from 21st to 3rd last time out. So what can he do in the next one? So we'll be back in a short jiffy, a quick break in the commentary box, and we've only got a minute to go until race number 3 tonight.
Forms and expertise in getting the best gear. Sensational TV has proudly partnered up with Speed Nation. It is New Zealand's go-to destination for high-performance sim gear. They also stock the best and biggest brands in the game, from Thrustmaster, Moser Racing, Next Level Racing, Sparko, Turtle Beach, and more. And whether you're looking for the ultra-responsive racing wheels or pro-grade flight controls, immersive audio, or rock-solid cockpits, I'll tell you what, Speed Nation has got it all. They also carry other trusted names like Butt Kicker, PT Actuators, Wheel Stand Pros, Gen Ace, Spectrum in the remote control field, and also Collective Mind. So every step and part of your setup is covered, from complete racing rigs and premium flight packs. we here at Sensational TV back in Speed Nation to deliver the gear that takes your experience to the next level. Fast shipping, trusted brands, unbeatable quality, and I'll tell you what, Speed Nation has it all. And as a excellent gift for all of our viewers tonight and members out there of Sensational TV, and if you're trying to get into racing, go to the checkout, buy some stuff off Speed Nation, because if you buy any full price product on the website, enter the code SIMSATIONAL, that is SIMSATIONAL. Oh my God, I can't even speak. And you will get a 10% discount off your end cart price. So go in there.
10%? 10% did you say, Zachary?
I did say 10%,
Oh,
mate. I
my
did not say
goodness.
5. I did not say 4. I said 10.
Wow.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Race 3 is just around the corner, and we have got the cars lining up on the grid now. So let's go for a rundown with your qualifying here and see how well this one is going to play out, because it's your V8 Brutes champion of Andre Elliott on the pole position with Dion Clerk rounding out your front row of the grid in the number 11 Budweiser Beers livery. And then it is Sam Bansley in third position. Fantastic qualifying result for himself. Tommy Corks in fourth position. Holyoke, we know he is very quick. He's led the last 2 races, unfortunately. Spins out of contention for the win in both of them. He's got 2 more opportunities now to try and get another race win here in a series. So let's see how he can go for that one. It's going to be absolutely fantastic to watch him go about his craft, and he's going to have Ezra Simmons right alongside of him. And that was a car that's already had a bit of a mare there, Dino. Well, what has happened?
Dion just looks like he's been punted out of the way there. I'm sure that was Dion's car. Not quite sure what happened there. We're going to have a server reset. So it's just a little messy off the line. For you, ladies and gentlemen, out there in YouTube land, just to let you know, these things to get off the line are not easy. That's why we do a rolling start. You sort of have to give them a lot of revs and just dump the clutch and just hope for the best. They are not great to get off the start. So everyone now just choosing different times to get going, and it's just proving a little difficult to form up here. But as I said, for the first round, this is getting, for the first round, the boys just getting used to it and just getting ready to go. Look at that dew point livery on Andre's car. That is a beautiful livery. Now Dion has got his position back in second. So we're starting to form up the field now. The guys should be getting ready for a start, but what a great looking grid. Have a look at that, a throwback to the 90s NASCARs. Beautiful scenes here. When these guys get a hold of these things, there's going to be hell to pay. There will be bump drafting and stuff all up and down the field. So as we look through the field, there's some big names towards the middle and back of that field. So it's going to get rather spicy, rather quick. Are we going to see them come through? Can this man here, Zach O'Reilly, can he get back through the field? I tell you what, he'll be giving it everything. If you ain't first, you're last. We want to see him get up there. We want to see more of that car. Beautiful job with the livery on that one. So now we've got the lights up. We're just going to get ready for another rolling start. Let's see if the boys can get it together, get it going on, and we can make this happen. Because I tell you what, if any of those first 2 races are anything to go by, there's been some hectic racing. It has been fun to watch, fun to commentate, something totally different, something totally out of my realm, Pete. I've had a blast with it.
Yeah, it has been so good. I'm a massive fan when it comes to oval racing. I love it. It is so fascinating to watch the teams play out their strategy. But that is strategy that is played out over the course of, for the case of plenty of races, 200 plus laps of joints like this, which is absolutely insane to think about it, that they can do it as well with very minimal incidents. And these guys, thrown into the deep end. Not many of them have had a huge amount of practice to get themselves ready. They just got used to the really taily, the really fairly underpowered for how much it weighs. The V8 Brute only pumping out a few hundred horsepower, whereas these pump out 500 horsepower. They weigh 1.3 tons as well, so they're a bit heavier. Cars were not light back in the day. And they're 0 to 100, Dean. Quite quick too. 4.7 seconds they'll get up to speed from a standstill, but They do not have the grip to allow them to do it. They've got a bit too much torque, and these tyres as well play into the hands of that, as now we've got a spinner as well. We've got a couple of spinners. What is going on?
Paul is around. Let's see if they can reform up the grid here. It's just gotten a bit messy down the back. So Paul's had a little bit of a spin. Now the boys try and line back up again. We're going to have to get a start here because I tell you, all the way up the front of the grid there, those guys, they're right. They're ready. Oh, what's happening here? We're going to have a bit of a push and shove to try and get back in, and he's not going to do it from down there. That is not how you line back up, Alan. He's trying everything to get back into this field. Can he get his car back out there? He's got it back up now in the racing line. He's right behind Liam. Liam will be looking in the rear vision mirror thinking, please, not again. Please, not again. As we're getting ready for a start here, these guys now lined up perfectly. Who's going to get the jump here? My money's on Andre for the jump of this one.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a very good shout to try and go for the jump. We've got a car already out of line as well, so he'll have to tuck back in line to make the start official for himself. So let's see how about he can go. You can see that they are limited to 80 k's an hour right now. The light is red to tell them they cannot go just yet. When that light goes green, it is absolutely on, and there we go. And unfortunately for Paul, he has received a jump start for that one, and as we predicted, Andre Elliott immediately got himself to the head of this one. How can he handle the bumps from behind from Dion Clerk?
I tell you what, and we've seen Dion. Dion was right on Zach's hammer for race 2 there. So Dion knows how to play the game, sitting right behind a car and just unnerve it. Sam there's had also a great start. He's going with them in 3rd position as the field starts to spread out just a tiny bit now. Dion's looked to the inside and then pulled it back when he saw Sam having a good go. So we've got all of these guys bottling up now. We've got Corksy as well. Got to watch him. Liam sitting on the high side there. So all of these guys are starting to stream through. Kingy's dropped down. Rob's picked up a place. So we're really starting to see these guys. Come on down. That's Zach. O'Reilly has gone around all on his own. He's had a spin and he is gone. So he's now back in the field, but he's gone down to 15th position. I tell you what, it's going to be a dogfight from there, and someone else has gone around. It's Fabian. Fabian, the man himself. What has happened there, old son?
That could have just been a case of being back down the field as well. And Paul, oh my God, has gone for a huge one as well. So it has not been a great day for Alan Paul. And he has found himself back into the pit lane, but back towards the front. Here we go. Have a look at this. For some racing, you've got Elliott, you've got Clerk, you've got Bensley, you've got Corks, and you've got Holyoke. All battling it out here for your race lead. And these laps are going to go down very quick as well. So it's only going to take one small mistake and they can find themselves very quickly out of contention, just like, unfortunately here, Gray Ward, he's had a moment as well on the exit of turn 4.
Oh, Gray's had a massive moment, and look at that livery. Poor bugger. What a beautiful photo opportunity for him. But I tell you what, that's not how you do it. These guys now. So Dion's gone wide, and that's invited Sam in. Oh, if we can get a bit of in-car here, Liam Hollyoak's car would be amazing to be sitting in right now, watching all these guys dart and weave. Have a look at the view here. How tight do you want it? Everyone is vying for a position. It'll get messy at some point. They're into the walls. They're all over the shop, but somehow the 5 of them have got through. So we're still holding on to this. Sam, he's done a great job of holding his position there, but Dion right back on the hammer of Andre Elliott. So that one is definitely not over, and we know that Dion knows how to position a car and sit there. Remo in the battle pack here. This is down 11th position. These guys, holy crap, this is where the action is now. This has got me dumbfounded. Look how tight they are racing, and all it takes is a little tap, a little nudge from the wrong angle, and it's off skis. We're doing donuts in the midfield.
Absolutely. It is going to be absolutely all to play for, and they are playing a very dangerous game at the moment. You can see every time they do a little bit of a bump, the car in front gets unloaded and they have to try and gather it back up, but that is just a small price to pay for all of that extra speed that you're going to be able to get through the course of the race. And look at this. This is now getting really dicey. Unfortunately, though, they've left poor old Tommy Corks, I think that is, out to dry up there in the McDonald's car. So he's going to have to try and tuck back in to get a little bit of that slipstream effects back as well. And there you go. He can finally get himself back in line. But he was towards the head of that field and now finds himself down in 4th position because he found himself leading the train. And leading the train, if you don't have a push from behind, if you don't have assistance, that is only going to cause you a few issues.
Definitely that's going to cause you issues as Liam now trying to work his way back up onto the 2 leaders. He will oh, this man will be absolutely sweating bullets, I can tell you right now, because he will be having flashbacks to those first 2 races and he'll be thinking, please don't hurt me. Sam's taking advantage of all this. He went low and he's now still got the low side and he is making ground. So all of these guys trying to push each other up further and further and further. And I tell you what, they're starting to come up. We're having a 5-long centipede soon. This is absolutely on for young and old. Look at these guys helping each other, bump drafting, and trying to get around the track all together to get that coveted first position.
Absolutely, but the momentum at the moment is in the battle pack behind, because have a look at this. Hayden Cook and Jason McFadden are locked nose to tail, and they are closing in on this pack, but they've got 1.9 seconds to gain. That gap was over 2 seconds not too long ago, so they are absolutely closing in at a rate of knots, and you can see the last lap there was a 46 flat, and Dion Clerk that time around did a 45, but that is immediately eclipsed by Jason McFadden. So these two's are reeling it in at a very, very quick rate, and just on that lap alone, 2/10 so they were able to gain on your leaders.
Yeah, definitely. These 2 guys, great mates off the track, all a part of the ranking team, so there'll be a bit of smart play going on here. Cookie will be knowing what he's got to do to try and push Jason up. Oh, he's just given Jason good nudge. Cookie, bugger him. Take the move, mate, and go for it. He's gone low. Jason's gone high. That's a great move there from Cookie. But I tell you what, expect a bit of retaliation from McFadden. He won't take that one lying down. He's going to tuck back in now and try to get as far as he can behind him and see if he can push. And Liam, not again. Liam's in the grass, and that's a big accident from Liam. He's come back on. He's managed to gather it. Jeez, I hope this man can get a position here. Liam, what an absolute shocker. Now all he can do is try and get on the back of the Cook McFadden train and try to go toot-toot all the way to the end.
That was as unfortunate as it was, that was a fantastic save from Holyoke. It is not easy to catch these cars once they're sideways, and not only did he catch it going sideways one way, he caught it the other way as well, and then back again the other way. But now that leaves only Elliott and Clerk out in front to battle it out for this race lead. They've got a gap of over a second now between themselves and Sam Bensley, but you can see how unsteady Elliott now is, because he is getting all the pushes and getting the push through the tri-oval as well is going to be very tricky, because the tri-oval looks like it's fairly flat, but it's still got 18 degrees of banking on that one. And then even down here on the straight, this straight looks nice and flat as well. Think again, 3 degrees of banking as well. So these cars are always trying to pull against you as well for good measure. So you can see them hugging towards that yellow line. They're trying to shorten the distance of the racetrack as much as possible to try and see that checkered flag as quickly as possible as well, because these two do not want to give it any opportunities to behind. But you can see how much momentum they've got now, because that gap between themselves and Sam Bensley has already jumped out to nearly 3 seconds on this lap alone. And look at the push from from Clerk onto Elliott, and that was a good push as well, because look at that, 45.5 for Andre Elliott this late into the race is mega.
That is absolutely mega, so I can't help here but think Dion's just biding his time. He's just trying to see when the opportune moment is to go around. He's not sure if you want to lead this one, but I tell you what, I'd be looking at it now. You've got to try and get the car up front now. Andre is the master of hugging that inside line. Trust me, I can attest to that. So Andre will protect that inside line like nothing else. Dion will have to try and find a way around as we're coming into the second last corner now. This is getting spicy. Can Dion get a run? He's right behind him now. I don't think he's going to get a run. He's going to try and pull to the inside, but nowhere to go. He's just going to have to sit there. What a absolute battle for a win. Andre holding that one with nerves of steel. What a fantastic job. Dion in second. Sam is up for a third place. This man is on fire tonight. McFadden in fourth. He got that position back from Cookie. So I tell you what, that battle wasn't done. Corksy in sixth. Liam, but still managed to get up into seventh position. Great drive from him. Fergo, here's a usual front runner. He got himself up into eighth position. Crowther in ninth, another one of our front runners. Great drive from him. Buck in 10th. Oh, Buck Rogers, what a great drive for 10th position. Salmon in 11th. Harrison 12th. Sadler 13th. Sullivan 14th. Good drive. Rob Priest in 15th, another good drive. Zach in 16th there, just couldn't recover from that mare at the start. Fabian in 17th, same boat. Ezra in 18th, Remo 19th, Paul 20th, Kingy 21st. Poor Gray had to get out of it. And Matt Munro, welcome Mr. Munro, a lap down. I tell you what, he'll be one to watch in the last race. This man will go at it.
Yeah.
And he's claimed 23rd. So we got some more names jumping into the field at the moment. It's pretty enticing, this racing, Pete.
Yeah, absolutely. But all congratulations go to Andre Elliott at the moment, claiming the race 3 victory. So we've now had 3 different race winners in 3 races. Can we make it 4 from 4? This will be interesting, and it's going to really create a very spicy championship going forward, because as I mentioned before, these guys will not be driving these cars very often, so it's going to be a bit of a learning curve every single time we jump back into them. We've got one more coming right up, so we'll go to a very, very brief ad break, and we'll be back for the final one of the night.
Motto is that safe drivers are lifesavers. If your organisation shares this belief and are planning to improve driver education in your community, SDT Simulator Driver Training has the solution. Many of our simulator users are also gaining a revenue stream by taking their simulators to events and schools for driver education programs.
Sounds good.
The system can also be set up to run motorsport simulation. Many leading racing drivers are now using simulators to improve their skills. Such software can also be used to show drivers they are not as skilled as they think they are.
Yes, well, at the moment, I'm not sure if... so they're doing another season.
SDT Simulator Driver Training is a division of Safe Drive Training, one of Asia Pacific's leading driver training providers. We offer affordable driving simulators that are assembled in our Brisbane head office.
Did you watch the
SDT simulators are now in use across Australia and are expanding into international markets due to their affordable price, unique features, and customization. Depending on the simulator model being purchased, you will receive a range of training resources to help you to facilitate quality driver education. SDT is the exclusive distributor of Fatal Vision alcohol impairment goggles, marijuana simulation goggles, and drowsy and distracted blinking goggles. All are used to demonstrate the dangers of such impairments on the driver. Also available are driver training posters, driving handbooks, and distracted driving resources. Our simulators make the perfect training tool for drivers to experience how various impairments affect their performance. Contact Simulator Driver Training.
Welcome back. We have got one more race coming right up, and it is going to be juicy, to say the least. I am really looking forward to this one. So, based off everything that has happened, how do we think this one is going to play out, Dean?
Oh, mate, I am not sure with this one. Who can call it after what we've had in the first 3 races? But off the grid, off pole, we've got Ezra. And then right beside him is Fabian Fitness. Both of these guys will not want to throw away this position. And then we move into third, which is Mr. O'Reilly himself. Rob's got himself up in the 4th position, also with a custom livery. Great job there. We got Sullivan in 5th, Sadler 6th, Harrison in 7th, Salmon 8th. Then we got Crowther. And Buck Rogers having the night of his life here. Fergo, Hollyoake having one that he'd sure like to forget. Corksey, McFadden, Bensley, Clerk, Elliott, Grand, Paul, King, and have a look down the back there. It's Matt Munro. Something is happening here. What is going on? We're about to get a race start, but Matt Munro sitting down the back here. I'll tell you what, and is he in the mellow yellow car? That's what I'm seeing.
That is going to be 1 livery and a half if he is, and I believe he is there. Look at that for a livery.
Oh, mate, absolutely stunning. That's bringing back some memories, isn't it? We're dropping the hammer. We're dropping the hammer, and I tell you what, if anyone's going to drop the hammer, it's going to be Mr. Munro. Watch for this guy. He will be no holds barred, can steer, can drive this man. This is going to be something to watch.
Absolutely. And we're not going to be too far away from the race start coming up very shortly. And, I mean, based off what we've seen so far, it is going to be an absolute barnstorm. And I've just noticed Zach O'Reilly starting up in third position. He has been a driver with plenty of pace, took the race win by the smallest of margins. It was 22 thousandths of a second. It was a side-by-side photo finish to the line. And he starts in a pretty handy spot for this final one.
Yeah, I tell you what, he won't want to let that one go. He'll want to hang on to that for all it's worth. He's got Sullivan and Priest behind him. Both of those guys, they'll be gunning for a good result as well. Everyone here will want a result. This is where I think we'll see the most mayhem and the most driving. Everyone will want to get their car as far up that grid as they possibly can. Have a look at these two guys. This is a beautiful formation lap. Start of the formation lap. These boys know how to go racing. The ones up the front now, this is where it's going to be on. But as I said, all up and down the field, there's some very fast drivers nestled in there. So keep your eyes peeled. It's going to be chaos. There's going to be fast guys coming through. Ezra thinks he started the race already, and he's racing off into the lead. Settle down, Ez. This is just the formation lap, my friend.
Yep. Well, luckily though, with now the real penalty finally working, they will get limited to only 80 k's an hour once they hit the back straight towards where the choose is on the racetrack. So, in real life NASCAR in the Cup Series, you choose which lane you want to start in, but for the race start here, it goes based off of your race conditions and your qualifying positions as well. So, no need to do the choose here. You'll very shortly see up on the fence line, there it is, the flashing arrows to indicate the choose of your lanes. No need to do that, but now, when they hit that, we'll see there the safety car light comes off, and we'll soon see the 80k an hour sign come up onto the screen to let them know it's race time soon. You got to keep it easy, as I don't think Ezra's got the memo there, Dino. He's done a little bit of a floor it, but that's also another good tactic to try and get a bit of tire temperature in.
Definitely. I don't think he got the facts, but I tell you what, O'Reilly is following him. So Zach's going to sit there with him as we're coming up to a race start. These boys now starting to form up properly. This is where it's about to get interesting. This is where it's about to get spicy.
Oh,
Pete, there's been a tap. Excuse me, I've totally lost my voice there. Zach has gone spinning around. I would say they will do a restart for this one. We've lost a lot of the field. O'Reilly now trying to get back out of it. We've got a car stuck on the bank. So O'Reilly, what's he going to do? Is he going to have to start from the back of the field? Sullivan, I'm pretty sure it was Sullivan into the back of him there, which caused all of that to start off with. But we've got Ezra still out on front. So what I can see right now is this is going to absolutely play on. We are going to have green light, Pete, and here we go.
Yeah, and Ezra's going to look like he's going to have a race start all by himself, and that is exactly what's going on. It looks like we've already got a few spinners in the background. Oh, look at that, cars going everywhere. That's Elliott also having a few issues. He's fallen his way down the field, as so too as McFadden. So it's been an incredibly messy first part of the race here, but Ezra still leads the way. He's got Fitness, Crowther, and Ferguson all right there with him, and you've got kind of a bit of a 6-car train here going on at the moment. That's a car as well. That was Priest riding the wall onto the exit of turn 2 as they now head down to the back straightaway for the first time. 3 degrees of banking here on the straightaway, so these cars are always going to feel like they're dragging towards the inside of the circuit, and that's why they always look like they're swerving around, because the drivers are constantly fighting against the car and gravity. But as they head through the 31 degrees of banking here through turns 3 and 4, the cars get absolutely planted, and now they can really start hammering at it. And we've got 2 lines now starting to form here. Now, which line is going to gain momentum quickest?
I can tell you what though, if you wanted a cranky pack of 5 drivers, they would have to be the drivers you would put in it. Each of them guys can wheel a car like you wouldn't believe. So this is going to be action aplenty as we go to the midfield. Have a go at this. We've got 7 cars, one's up on the wall. This is absolute barnstorming stuff here. Imagine trying to make your way through this field. This is not an easy task. Where is the rest of the field sitting at the moment? There's some names there. Cookie, he's trying to find a way through. He's just throwing it to the inside there. Looks like he'll get around Buck. He'll get that job done. He'll be trying to get up on the back of Dion, because that's what he loves to do. And if he can get there and get nice and close, he'll get dragged along. He'll get the suck. He will be tucked all the way along this straight. This is how you go racing in a NASCAR.
It absolutely is, and you can see it's getting a little bit feisty up ahead. It is the pushers that are starting to get a little bit aggressive, and but with how short these races are and how quick they are as well, you got to be aggressive if you want to be able to make things work. And you see another bump there as well. We've got a lead change as well. Fitness to the front, and Ferguson has gone for a spin. Ferguson has gone off into the infield. How has that ended up? And now riding on board with him as well. So this has not gone well, and the car's having a bit of a sniff of the grass as well for good measure. What is going on?
I would say that car is Cactus. And it is gone. We have totally lost that car now as we go back to the lead of the race. So Fabian has a commanding lead on it now.
Oh.
But Ezra's giving him a little tap just as I say that. And that has allowed Corksy to come through, and bang! They're door banging all over the shop because Ezra wasn't going to let Fabian come through. Oh, there's been another knock to Fabian. Fabian is getting belted from pillar to post here, just trying to hold it together. Poor Liam's now coming up on the back. Oh, no, he's going to go around him. Liam's looking at that going, mate, I know exactly how you feel, but excuse me, I'm still coming through. So what an angry little battle pack forming now. Look at those two. We've got Matt Munro. He's sitting right in behind Zach there. So those two guys are going to try and pull each other around the track. I tell you what, they're doing what they do best.
Yeah, that is absolutely right. They're making their way through the field, but all of this battling, look at this. This has really brought it up. We no longer have separate packs. We've really kind of just got one big messy one that have got very slight breaks in it. There's no 1 second gaps anymore between the lot of them. And look at this. This is exactly what we wanted to see, and it's come here at the final race. It is absolutely on. Anyone inside your top 10 at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, is still within a shout of getting the race win, because when it comes to the last lap of this race, it is going to be absolutely gloves off. No one is going to be doing anyone any favors. It's every man for themselves, and they're going to be trying to get themselves to the front of that pack and defend. You're going to be much better off trying to defend. You drive in the mirror, you put that car wherever the nose of the car behind you is, and you just try and block to the finish line.
And it's going to be a block effort, all right. I tell you what, if you ain't first, your last has managed to get the car up to the front. Now we've had hits. Oh, this is going to be messy. Dion is gone. We've seen Dion gone. The guys now all over the shop. That has caused a monumental crash. We're still going on in the background. Matt Munro looks like he's tied up in that. He's had a massive bang. That's it. That car is done and dusted. There is still cars spinning. There is still cars going around. Oh, we got someone. Oh, they were just reversing into the track there. That is not where you want to be. So I tell you what, it's gotten real messy real fast with 4 laps to go.
And that now has broken up that big angry pack that I was talking about. It was a very messy pack, as I mentioned as well. But now that leaves Remo Grande in the shake and bake Wonder White car, Talladega Nights style, leading the way. What were the odds this car was going to find its way to the front? Now, that there is what I call the perfect livery, and he has got Holyoke wanting to try and at least get one good result out of this race weekend so far. He's had 4 races. This is the 4th race. He's had 3 races so far. 3 times leading the way. 3 times he's come short of the race win and spun out of contention. This time, though, with only a few laps left remaining, he finds himself sitting right there in second. He's only a 10th away. He can get right up to the back of the car very quickly, and I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders right in front of him to shake and bake.
Oh, I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders there. That will just be inspiring him to push on, but he will want a race victory here. He's had nothing but terrible luck all night, so can he pull a rabbit out of the hat here? He's right on Grande's hammer. He is right there right now. They're bumping. They're trading places. He's just looking for that inside line. He's going to give him a tap and see if he can push it. So he's got 3 laps now, well, 2.5 laps to try and get this move done. I tell you what, Pete, where's your money sitting at the moment? Who's the one who's got the legs here?
Honestly, just for the sake of the livery, I would love it if Remo Grande can get up. I think that would be absolutely fitting, and it'll be just a perfect way to cap off what has been a chaotic night. But Liam Holyoke, man, I really want him to get a good result here. I'm a bit torn for choices.
Oh, mate, I'm in the same boat. I want to see Liam get up there because I tell you what, the guy's had an absolute mare of a night. So for him to come away with a victory here would mean everything to him, but Remo isn't going to hand it to him. Remo is going to want this one as well. That livery, I mean, doesn't it put a smile on your face? I can't stop smiling and giggling. Like, that is an amazing job of a livery. Liam now right up behind him. It doesn't get any closer than this. So Liam now really starting to lose chances to make a move. He's going to have to do something decisive soon, make it stick and hold that lead if he's going to get it done, because we've seen coming out of the last corner onto the straight across the finish line, guys haven't been able to get the draft there to pull the win.
Yeah, it's been tough. Only one driver has been able to do it so far, and that was Zach O'Reilly in the first race. But since then, it looks like if you're in front, you're in control, because, again, you're able to drive in the mirrors. You're able to put the rear end of your car wherever their nose is to really block any momentum they can get. And for them to get the best momentum, Holyoke might need to back off just a little bit here, really get a good run going, and that's exactly what's going on. You saw the little air gap between them. It fell to about a tenth of a second. Now he's able to pull up alongside, but does he have enough momentum to now pull up ahead of Remo Green? That is going to be the main question as they now head into turns 3 and 4 for the final time of this race. It's getting real dicey here, but it looks like the momentum is going back into the hands of Remo Green. Is he going to be able to hold on here? The side draft is now coming into play. Does Holyoke get it? It's going to be a photo finish to the line. Remo Green gets it by 23 thousandths of a second. And the Wonder White Talladega Nights car gets the dub here at the RANGIART Tuesday night NASCAR Series. Fabian Fitness gets himself a podium. What a drive that was. We've seen him in amongst it as well, backwards, upside down, just about every way our car could go. Tommy Corks in 4th position with Hayden Cook in 5th position. And then Sam Bensley, Lee Crowther, Rob Priest, Rogers, and Salmon all round out your top 10 to what was a fantastic final race.
What an event this has been for a break. Just in between series, and then bang, we get a NASCAR event, and it sure delivered everything. It was absolute mayhem. It was absolute carnage out there. I mean, that's what we were looking for. Oh, there's been a big hit there. We were after a bit of action, and I tell you what, that's what we got. Andre giving us a bit of smoke there. Ezra's sort of sitting there pondering his night, just thinking about what could have been. Dion's had a cracker of a night himself. And Matt Munro joining in the mellow yellow car. Have a go at that livery. That thing is absolutely gorgeous. Like I said before, that brings back a lot of memories of movie. Fergo had a great night as well, giving us a bit of smoke. All these guys, something they're totally not used to, Pete. And I tell you what, they still turned on a good show.
That is absolutely right, and it has been fantastic racing. As I said, I love myself some NASCAR. I am watching the racing in the Cup Series and the O'Reilly Series and the Craftsman's Truck Series pretty much every week. I love the sport, and it's so good to be able to commentate on a bit of the RANGIART stuff too. Again, we've mentioned it plenty of times. It's stuff they don't normally do, so it's very good to see how quickly they picked it up, and 4 different race winners from 4 races. That is not bad, and that's going to create a spicy championship as we get ready to head into the final, into the next one that will happen, and that's going to be on May 26th when we head to Phoenix. So that is going to be a very different track. They're going to have to figure out what the brake pedal is in these cars as well, because that track is a little bit different with a bit of a dogleg rather than a tri-oval setup.
Definitely, that's going to be a different setup for these guys. But the racing tonight, I can't get over that, Pete. How much fun was that? As we look forward to Tuesday, next Tuesday, and we start the new series with RANGIART. Who will come out champion with that one? I have no idea with the field that's starting to turn up, present itself. But stick with us, guys, because I tell you what, next Tuesday, start of the series will be amazing. If you like what you've seen here, like, subscribe, and get notified. I mean, these guys always put on a show.
Yeah, it's been so good. Thank you very much, Dino, for joining me in the box. It has been fantastic stuff. And you know what? Once we get calmed down from this one, we head into the next series of GT500 cars, and we'll be at Suzuka. So we've done some heavy V8 brute racing for the last 10 weeks. We now jump into a bit of oval racing in some stock cars, and then we go into a bit more high downforce, higher power GT cars around very challenging tracks such as Suzuka. How much diversity do you want and differences in series do you want in a racing series? It is going to be fantastic.
Oh, and these guys will turn up the wick. It will be something to behold. But I mean, for the RANGIART guys who host this thing too, like Jason, Andre, Cookie, always do a fantastic job and turn out an event. So I tell you what, next Tuesday will be something worth watching. Pete, thank you very much for being in the box, mate. I've had a top time with you as always.
Yep, it is going to be fantastic. And ladies and gentlemen at home, remember, as always, to keep it flat out.
Sensational TV YouTube channel. Don't fucking miss it.